Hello. It's been a long time since I've been on and done a collective healing, but now is the time. I have been busy creating the Holy Harlot course for the magic of the Feminine Harware, and I got back last month from Montenegro where I worked with a client and her family. So that was pretty amazing. Times have been really interesting. And it really rejuvenated my work in biofield tuning because recently with clients and in myself, we've been doing a lot of inner child work. So our conscious thinking, like manifestations, what we want, only makes up about 5% of our cognitive processing. The other 90, and that's like a general number that has been accepted in a lot of neuroscientific communities. But the other 95% is happening subconsciously. So they've also done studies where like 0.5 milliseconds before you have a thought, your subconscious already sends the thought. Okay, so 95% of you, which is operating behind closed doors, is actually informing your beliefs, your behaviors, your thoughts, and your feelings. And that can be really great because our brain can't handle all the bits of information that come at us at once. So that's why the subconscious has such a heavy workload. But because of that, it's operating on programs that you solidified when you were 3, 4 years old. So in our subconscious, we have the inner child, the inner critic, the parents, all sorts of different versions of ourself that sort through our programming and then send our mind a thought, which we think we're making a decision on, but really we're just basing it off of 95% old data. So with that being said, do you ever feel like you are consciously like, I want more money. I want to fall in love. I want to move into a new house. I want to start this business. I want more clients. I want a more fit body. And then you're like doing all the things, but you're not getting the outcome. Okay, this is my guess. I would venture to guess for you that's because of the 95% of the programming that you're running on. And a lot of us are unsure. I mean, it's subconscious what those original core beliefs are that our subconscious is informing us to make decisions based on. I had a psychic session with someone earlier who came in to work on money problems, and we ended up peeling through lots of agreements inside of her subconscious to find the core one that said, when I allow people to support me financially, it means that we're connected and they love me. So her blocking her money was really in effect to try to gain closeness to people or someone to like save her. And there's no blame there, right? Like it's just like, oh, that programming is old and we can choose not to kind of work with it anymore. So what are some ways that we clear subconscious programming? Biofield tuning, right? Because it allows us to access the parasympathetic relaxed state and kind of sort through and plug into whatever is causing the strife. Also psychic adjustments, heading into someone's energy and then peeling apart and reconditioning to what their higher self says. Breath, right? Because when you take a conscious breath, you are connecting conscious to subconscious. So you can start by breathing it. Like, let's use money for an example. Like money, you take a conscious breath. Money comes easily. Right? So breath is an easy and a free one. Dance is an easy and a free one. Like there's so many ways to connect conscious and subconscious, right? So we're going to explore one of those today, which is kind of a deeper reprogramming, and that is with the tuning forks. So hopefully you can relax and listen, because this is guided. I'll hold the space, but it's guided by you. We're going to go meet some of your inner child, some of your inner critic. So I want you to think of your biggest kind of quote unquote problem that you feel like you're not able to move past right now. Think of it as like very general. Money, relationships, body. Okay. And just hold on to that as we venture in. I want to run my dog. Move, bud. Okay. So, do I have permission to connect to your energy? Okay, your job right now is to bring your awareness into your heart space. You're going to imagine that your heart has its own mouth, its own nostrils, and you're just going to breathe there for a little bit. Okay, now that you're kind of opening and focused on your heart space, I want you to bring in the emotion of love. Don't force it, but just think about something, someone, memory, or just the idea of love while you continue breathing into your heart. Maybe you can feel it start to expand. Okay. All right, now you're in your heart space and it's expanded, it's moving, you're practicing heart coherence, where you kind of shut down part of your brain and start focusing on sensation. And you're connected to your subconscious. So I want you to imagine walking into your heart space like it's a chamber. Just take notice of how it looks. Don't force anything, just kind of allow it to appear to you. Okay. Now, in this heart space, there are 3 chairs in this subconscious place in your heart. One, seated, is your inner critic. Let them appear to you now. In the middle is your inner child. And on the other side is your inner protector. Three, the subconscious versions of you that run that 90%, 95% cognitive behavior and thoughts. And as you observe them, I want you to make sure you're keeping that open heart. You're going there to create healing and space and bring love. That is your job when you go into your subconscious, to rewrite those patterns. want you to ask, which part of your subconscious is blocking you the most from your desired outcome that you named at the beginning? Just pick one to work with for now. And when that version of you steps forward, I want you to ask them, what feeling, thought, or core belief are they operating out of that's blocking you from that desired outcome? They may speak to you in symbols. Okay, when you feel like you've gotten the story, you understand where they're coming from, I want you to ask them, what do they need from you so that they can soften into your love for them? What kind of healing can you bring to them to remove this subconscious patterning that's blocking you? Keep breathing and keep your heart open and loving. Okay. Maybe you feel like you were able to make a change. Maybe this is going to take a few repeats. But whatever they explain to you, whatever you did for them, leave them a little bit lighter, and then you can sit them back down. And you can even ask them, once they're seated and feeling a little bit better, ask them about that thing that you want, your desired outcome. Float that over to them and see if they feel a bit more comfortable with it now. And if they did or did not change, it's not for you to get mad at them. It's for you to continue to love. It's the only way your subconscious can transmute. Okay. Now let's go over to the next. So we have inner child, inner critic, inner protector. So whoever just sat down, who's ready to be worked on next? When you get that version of you to step forward, just observe them for a little bit. Let them show you something about why they could potentially be blocking you, what they're operating off of. Sympathize with them, whatever pain they're in. And then whatever problem you named at the beginning, that desired outcome, the opposite of that, obviously, ask them what belief that they're holding that is getting in the way. Maybe you can find out where they learned that from. Maybe it doesn't matter. Some of it might be inherited. What matters is that you're bringing your open, loving heart to help heal this subconscious patterning. So this second version of you in your subconscious, maybe you can show them a movie. Imagine giving them popcorn and show them how this current belief that they hold is negatively impacting your life. Maybe when they're watching that movie, they get appalled. We shouldn't be treated that way. We should get everything we want. That's the re-education. So now it's up to you. What do they need from you in order to let go of this? Sometimes I imagine them floating up the balloons of their burdens and glowing gold with like new inner knowing that all is ours. Whatever you get led to do in order to heal this subconscious. Help them gain a new understanding, a new core belief. Maybe you can give them a symbol or a tool to remind them of how deserving you are. And then again, float that desired outcome over to them. How do you feel about this? And you can see how much desired change came across in this session based on how they act. If it didn't completely heal, that is okay. Remain in your love. Remain patient. Know that you are doing an immense healing for yourself. And in fact, those around you when you do this. Okay, when you feel like they are better than when you found them, go ahead and sit them back at their chair. Maybe even the inner chamber of your heart has started to shift. Maybe the sensation in your body has started to shift. And head over to the last version of your subconscious that we called forth today. Inner child, critic, or protector. And we're going to do the same thing. Just stand back and observe them, how they're acting, what they say, what they feel like.